Good morning, good morning. Guys, I had really weird dreams. Freddy Krueger in my home trying to assassinate me. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Okay? You're never gonna get me, Freddy. Leave me alone. He keeps showing up in my dreams. I'm not kidding. I have dreams that I get into a new house with my friends and it's a beautiful home with multiple floors. And then one day I come home in the dream and it's pitch black inside the house and dead silent, despite housing like 5 girls. Okay, red flag number 1. The silence, not girls, because girls are awesome. But then I get there and it's silent. It's just creepy, scary. And then he's there. He busts out the wall with his little freaking Wolverine spikes, trying to kill me. And then like creepy things coming around corners trying to kill me, and then my friends getting killed off one by one, and then I'm the only one left, and it's like boss battle showdown with Freddy Krueger. But then it kind of transitioned into me going to like a Sam's Club type place, and I was just like eating all the samples, just sitting out, and no one said anything. So I was like, that's like kind of like a life hack. Like, actually don't do that, because it's not kindness, okay? We only practice kindness. Just saying. Gonna get some coffee, make some coffee. No, I'm gonna get some coffee, and then it's time to start the day.
Hey, we're at Volta Midnight right now. Pumpkin pie latte, shades on. It's gonna be a good day. Now we're going to Michael's craft store to get the goods, okay? Because today we're doing a ceramic video. We're gonna be making all sorts of stuff ceramic. But first I will show you what I just bought. Ooh, guys, this is gonna be so cutie. Look, it's like a muscle tank, but the sleeves are kind of cuffed. And then on the back, dancing flamingo with a Bud Light. That's classic. All right, guys, see you at Michael's. Are we rolling? Welcome to the motherland. Michael's craft store. Let's get in there. So this Michael's right here, I actually used to work here. 1 month. 1 month at the big MC, Michael's Craft, MCS, Michael's Craft Store. My coworkers, let's just say, none of them remember me. Every time I walk in, there's no worries on my shoulders. There's no worry on my shoulders, bro, because they don't know who I am. They don't remember. Always get a basket when you come in, because you never know what you're gonna take home. This place, used to come here every day, clock in. It's kind of like a second home. Miss it. Just kidding. Okay guys, so I think we're gonna go with the Das Air Dry Clay. What about terracotta? Because this could be a little bit more colorful, and I haven't tried this one before, but I've seen the TikTokers use this one. Is it better? I just don't know yet. Okay, so this is the air dry clay we're gonna go with today, guys. Let's go check out, guys. Let's pull a coupon up, okay? 20% off. So we are back home, and guess what I have? I thought that because I'm going to be showing you how I do my ceramic tile nails, that we could have a little air dry clay moment, okay? And make something a little bit different than nails, maybe something else? Maybe snooki? I need to show you the images I have so that you can get an idea of the vibe I am going for. Okay, image number 1. This is a classic snooki look. You know, you have the poof, the cheetah print, and the nails. Next, we have this look right here. You know, I just like the shades. This snooki vibe, I think this was a little later, maybe like season 2 or 3. Love the vibe here. You know, this was when she really became Snooki rather than Snickers. If you know, you know. And then finally, this one right here, guys. This is a classic, okay? She is drinking alcohol and smoking a cigarette. That's really nice stuff. And the hair poof is looking beautiful, okay? So there's lots to choose from here. And I don't know if I should do like a combination of everything, or if I should just pick one of the images and kind of go for that. I know that I want to include some of her iconic details. The poof, the pout, the cheetah, the fur boots, and
The rhinestone glasses. Let's just open the air dry clay, you know, like why just sit around and say all this stuff and think about how to do it when you can just get your hands dirty, okay? Let's do it. No, step number 1 of playing with clay, you're gonna get dirty, okay? Just embrace it. Also, you gotta keep this stuff wet. Guys, wait, this is gonna be kind of hard. Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to like prop her up on things, right? To make her stand, right? Okay, I'm gonna start with the torso. Is that good? I don't need her to be too big, you know? Oh, she's really wet. Also, just straight on the table. You already know this about me, okay, my friends? There's just something about me. I just don't like to protect the surfaces that I work on. It's not a good trait, you know? I have to think about how she's gonna like stand. I have to think about what pose she's gonna be in, how I'm gonna make her stand, the weight. This is not easy.
Are you mad that he just was like, yeah, I'm all right, and walked away?
Oh, wait. Are you guys talking about guys right now?
Okay. That's like that's a torso. I'm gonna use the tip of a dotting tool. Let's score her up. Okay. So those will be her shoulders. What do you guys think about that? Might be scratching your heads, you know? What is she doing with this? What's this going to turn into? Well, you just have to wait and see, okay? I want this to be the front. And I'm gonna try to carve out her badonkadonks. What? Respectfully. And shape them a little bit, you know, so then we can paint them later. Maybe it can just be a torso. Like a snooki head. Maybe. Whoa. Whoa. Try to even that out, okay? Just give me a little bit of time. Better. I'm not gonna lie, you know, this isn't my forte. So I don't want to rely too heavily on the clay base as like what's gonna sell it. I'm gonna rely on my paint job, but also I do want to have a strong foundation, so I'm trying, you know, I'm trying my hardest, okay? But goddamn, something about her, she's slipping through my fingers. This will be Badonka 1. Okay, why is this Badonka looking so good? Okay, Lemmy, I'm going to keep rounding her out and kind of push her up a little more. Gotta do the other one, but that, guys, why is that kind of good, okay? Blend it into the armpit. No funny business here, okay?
Oh yeah, that's why everybody is being an asshole to me because of why I left before. Thank you.
Ooh, this is getting somewhere, guys. Let me show you in a split second. I need to smooth out the crevice, okay? It's getting a little broken up in there. So, wet brush, here you come. Clay it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful medium that I would love to get to know more, despite our love-hate relationship. Okay, guys? So what do you think about that? This shoulder is still coming out pretty far. We might have to work on that. Hold up. But like, that's like pretty good, right? Okay, that's what I was thinking too. Now for the head. All right, this is where things are gonna get tricky. Cause I guess she has to have a neck, right? Yeah, we should probably do that. So we're gonna give her a neck. I'm gonna take about a jelly bean size. I'm gonna stick her on there. Okay, wait a second. That's a little too small. Let me take that off and try once more. Let me just see. Okay, that's much better. That's much better. Jesus. And I'm gonna start smoothing it down to attach it to the torso, you know. Something's happening. Life is being breathed into the Snooki doll. What'd that guy say? It's alive. Robot chicken, anyone? Remember those days? Wake up, hear it on, instantly get more scared, you know? What's going on here? What's up with that intro? How'd that chicken get there? And how'd he get so smart? I was always wondering about him. What that scientist did to him. Have you guys seen this? I don't want to pick her up anymore because I'm a little nervous about her, but it's coming together. I attached the head. I don't think it's on there very well, which is terrifying, but you just have to keep going, okay? Just keep pushing. Never let fear hold you back.
God, this looks so funny. Okay, so we have the stout of the neck. Is that the correct terminology? Like it's like too wide, I should say. It kind of looks like Ronnie on the roids, you know? So I'm gonna use my tool to kind of sculpt and carve it out a little bit better. And I want to carve out in the front of the neck so that she can have a chin, but I gotta wait for that opportunity to present itself. I gotta thin out this neck a little more, you know, before I even jump ahead to that, you know. I'm getting impatient. I just want my girl. I don't know if I should also try to make the poof out of the air dry clay or if I should just do it with gel products tomorrow, because I'm starting to get a little nervous about her, but I don't want to be scared. Like I said, okay, let's not let fear stop us from being strong. Guys, okay, I'll show you one last time. Something's happening. Something is happening. I can feel her powers. I don't know if everything's symmetrical though, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, but come on now. Let's not be worried about that. Maybe this is like a good base. It can dry and then we sand it and it kind of just goes from there, and I can build stuff up with the gel instead of the clay because things are starting to get tricky, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna leave her here, okay? You're sleeping here tonight.
Like, are we seriously in a bar trying to dance?
Okay.
Nobody knows how to dance.
Sassy. So actually, yeah, so that clip at the beginning I just filmed a few minutes ago actually because I forgot to film it the day we actually did that. Sorry. It's called showbiz. Not everything is what it seems, okay? But last night, we did the impossible and created the Snookie torso. It hasn't been a full 24 hours, but she's kind of dry on the outside.
I just want to go on the beach. Where's the beach?
It's right there.
Like, that's kind of good, right?
Where else would it be?
So this base is not like the strongest base to start out with, and I don't have all the time in the world, okay? So I thought that this could become kind of like a challenge, and I'm gonna give myself 2 hours to see what I can make with this, okay? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a challenge, okay? That's why they call it a challenge, but I'm ready to do it if you are. Okay. Here are the colors that we have. These are the best of the best. Artist Loft. If you're an art kid, you know what the fuck is up with that, okay? These are just acrylic paints, and I actually got this set because this one really called to me, and I think that this could be like a really nice base. Can you see that? It's orange. Wait, what the hell? Has kind of like a shimmer to it. You see that? Wait a second. Dude, is there fucking glitter in this? Oh my god. Whatever. Snooki likes glitter, right? Oh my god, there is. Is there glitter in all of these? Are they like iridescent? They are. Fuck, I didn't even know that. Okay, whatever. We're gonna use this as the base, you know, for her skin, because her and Jenny, they were always out at that damn beach, you know? God, dude, this is like super glittery. What the fuck? Do you see how iridescent that is? Catch the shine. What the hell? All right, Snickers.
Give me a shot.
Ooh. Okay, it's kind of nice. It kind of gives like Jergens body glow. Okay, she's shimmering. Shine bright like a diamond. I love that song. She's so shiny. That's kind of a nice color though, right guys? Like, maybe I was onto something with that. I can actually remember the exact moment I like decided to watch it. I was on TikTok and I saw that clip of Are you delusional? And I was like, okay, like that's like really silly. And then the guy who took his sunglasses off, like that's really funny. And also at that time, I didn't even know that there were more people outside of Pauly D, Snooki. That's like all I knew. I only knew Pauly D and Snooki. Like I didn't even, like who the fuck is Mike? I did not even know there was a Mike, but God bless him, you know? Mike, God, I love him. But he was so bad. He was so bad.
Yo, shut your mouth, you dirty little hamster.
Bad man. He was a bad boy sometimes. But yeah, so I saw that clip on TikTok and I got my Hulu subscription that day. And it's actually very interesting because I started with season 2. I didn't even start with season 1. I also like didn't understand the like concept of the show. I thought that they all knew each other. I thought that they were like related somehow. I did not know that they started as strangers, but when I put that second season on, oh, Angelina.
That he just was like, yeah, I'm all right, and walked away.
Oh, wait. Are you guys talking about guys right now? Oh, yeah, that's why everybody is being an asshole to me because of why I left before. Thank you.
What?
Season 2, I think I binged it in like a day or two. Like, it was just so good. I was hooked. It was truly trash TV in the best way. Like, it was exactly what I needed in that moment. I just needed a distraction, okay? Guys, we have the bronze golden tan Snookie, okay? The surface of Snookie is not that smooth, so it's a little hard to get a straight line, but that's okay, you know, that's nobody's fault but my own, so I'll just keep my mouth shut on that. Do you guys like that? Or so obviously the dress is not all the way colored in, but I don't want to use that much of my paint to like freaking thicken it up, you know? So I'm just gonna call that good because also the dress does seem to have like a metallic sheen to it. Shine. So I'm gonna kind of leave this first coat kind of see-through, a little sheer moment, and now I'm gonna paint on the leopard spots. Hunter is making breakfast right now. It smells like freaking Wonderland in here. It smells so good. Oh, I can't wait for Mackin. Whatever that damn dog commercial was. Joey's doing this new thing now where she licks the floor. Oh, that's awesome. It's not even that she's like licking something up. No, she just licks it. She's like looking for any kind of seasoning, anything to coat the tongue, just to give her a little hit, you know. So she constantly is licking the floor. Alone in my tower, I'll feel ya. Guys, I got a new phone, which is awesome sauce. But I don't have the right aux cord, so I have to listen to the fucking radio in the car. Don't pour me up another shot of whiskey. Or do you know this one? The ordinary. You got me kissing the ground. Damn, that's a good one. That is just an awesome song. How are we liking the cheetah print? Oh my god, she's here. It kind of looks like an Oscar, the Snooki Oscar. That's awesome. Okay, we have to figure out her hair too. I think I might mold it out of gel. I need to put my gloves on and then do that and sculpt the poof with gel and then paint the poof black. Because what time is it? It's 1:18, guys. We only have like an hour left. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna cure her. Also, the back, no. Oh, can I see the back? No, you can't. It's not, no, you don't get to, okay? Because there is no back. I don't know about that. We'll see about that. Let's do this, Snickers. Okay, so I'm going to begin sculpting the poof and the hair that comes down the shoulders. The hair up front, don't want to go too far back. Right, Snickers? Yeah, okay. The side bang, that's awesome. Swoop, swoop-de-whoop. We're gonna start building the hair down. And yes, I'm using a lot because I don't care if it takes all the putty out of the pot, you know? I'm doing what she deserves, okay? She has long, beautiful locks. It's just like that song. I'm the sculptor, you're the clay. Oh my, take me out. That's like a nice hair base, right? You see it. Now I'm going to take the last of the putty to sculpt the poof. Le poof. Do you see it? Let me work some magic. Gonna take a quick breakfast break. It's 1:30. I finished the poof up and I put it in the lamp. That's pretty good, right? Okay. So I think I'm just gonna paint it solid black. Honestly, all that's left to do for her are her rhinestone glasses and then the duck lips and the cross necklace. So let me start by painting the poof black. Oh. So for the glasses, I'm thinking I'm just gonna use 3D putty, make the shape of the glasses, cure, paint silver, and then glue tiny rhinestones on. How's that sound? Pretty good, right? Now let's move on to the rhinestone glasses. They are very big. They kind of like touch the side of her face and go into her hair a little bit. So I'm gonna make them pretty big. And then I don't know if she's gonna have a nose. She might just have duck lips. That's like enough, right? You guys will know. You'll know. Okay, now I'm gonna take some silver paint. I want it to work as a base so that when I put the rhinestones on, you can kind of see underneath and be like, wow, she's like super decked out, you know? Guys, I'm gonna make her a little pucker, like that really, oh my God, that vibrant, like pinky purple shade. Oh, look at those. Okay, popping her in. 1 minute, please. What time is it? 1:57. We're making great time, okay? So, what do you think? Pretty good, right? Last thing that we need to do, the mouth. Okay, the pout. I need that. Zoom in. And I'm gonna put the pout right below the glasses. Almost done. She's almost done. Working some stuff out right now, okay? I made this. Don't look at that. Guys, this is the final Snickers that we have ended with. She is beautiful. She has a bit of a chin strap, but just ignore that, okay? It's just a shadow. Okay, I'm gonna be showing the booger off screen. Okay, so I'm done. So I don't know where she's gonna go, guys. Maybe on the dresser or something. Let's get into the nails.
Yeah, this is my Snooki doll. Yeah, this is my Snooki doll. Now let's paint some nails.
Okay, guys, so I did lose a lot of clips. I don't know what's happening to me, okay? Curse. I don't know. But anyways, I do still have these clips, so I'm going to talk through the process of building up the acrylic mixed with gel to get that base, like the ceramic tile base. So I went ahead, took my White Beetles gel polish, mixed in a good amount of clear acrylic powder. I went ahead and I basically use a really small amount to map out the design. I treat this layer as a sort of slip layer. I don't know if that is the right terminology, but I just say that and mean that it's super textured. It's not perfect. It's just a mapping of where everything is going to go, and it's the base that we're going to build up off of. I want to have a really strong foundation to build up off of, so I'm taking my time. I'm working in sections and curing in between each section. You know, you don't have to do a full 60 seconds, but a nice 10 seconds in there that hardens her up, you know, and then you can keep going. So I am working that out right here. I built up a little border along the entire nail. I thought that was really cute. And once you have that first layer down, you can see here, it's time to start building up. And when I start building up, I like to add a little bit more white gel polish so that it's a little bit more runny. And when you put it on, it kind of smooths itself out, because I think the acrylic kind of settles and the gel is really smooth on top. I don't know if that's real, you know, I'm not a scientist, but I'm just saying that's what I observed. Anyways, once I did a few layers of building everything up, I did a layer of top coat off camera. You're gonna see, hold on, she's coming right here, top coat, you see that. And then I buff the surface and file horizontally so that it creates a flat surface. Everything is flat and it kind of gives it that ceramic look. And now I'm going back in for the second round of acrylic and gel. I built up even more details, and that is where those clips end. You know, I don't have anything else. So now we're just gonna go straight into the making of the dragonfly, okay? I'm doing the same technique here, just mapping out where everything is gonna go. This one was a little less detailed, so I felt more comfortable working with more product rather than making that first layer super thin. So I'm just building up the wings, the body, and bam, here is how she is looking, guys. I was getting really detailed with this little spine down the back, you know, whatever it's called. I'm not really too sure about that nomenclature, but once I was happy with the design, I did top coat and filed the surface, and now I'm dabbing on the base color that I'm gonna be building up off of. The reference I was looking at was a super beautiful tile. It was like really iridescent, and I was not too sure how I was going to accomplish that. You know, I just thought I'm gonna paint it and it's gonna look exactly like that, but ooh, she was tricky, my friend. She was so tricky, so many layers. So I just went in with this really warm, beautiful jelly purple and painted the base of the wings and the outline of the dragonfly body so that I could kind of blend it and make it look like a shadow. And then I just started playing around, okay? Like I said, I was not sure how I was going to accomplish that same kind of look that the reference had. So I was just layering all these different colors, sponging on different colors, sponging on shadows, highlights, just to see what would work and what the hell was going on, okay? I decided, okay, so I need like a shimmer or something, so I added this beautiful blue chrome. You can see her here in the light, and then I thought, oh, okay, I'm gonna go in on the wings, I'm gonna do some cat eye. But it was not showing up. I don't know. This nail was so freaking tricky, guys. I don't know. I kept playing. This one ended up taking a really long time. I was just adding a bunch of different colors to kind of pop out and make it look a tad bit iridescent without actually being iridescent. I don't know if any of that made sense, okay? Somehow I just ended up here. Just play. Have some fun, okay? Top coat, and now we are on to the swirl. Swirl nails, they're a classic in this household, my friends, okay? I love to do them. I built up the swirl with the gel and acrylic powder, and then I took this dark jelly blue and painted it where I wanted shadows to be and blended it out with a sponge. Guys, you're gonna see I do this over and over again. I don't know. I was just building things up. I was a little scared to go in strong, so I started really light and just layered and layered and layered. I also wanted the blue that I'm laying down right now to have a sort of glaze effect, which if you look at glazed ceramic pieces, there's kind of a pooling that happens sometimes, so I couldn't just paint it like a single shade of blue, guys, okay? What are you talking about? Again, I'm just taking the time. I'm layering everything, guys. Beautiful shades of blue. They're being laid down, okay? Looking at my reference, trying to determine where shadow should be and where the glaze is going to be pooled, and you know, some of that lighter blue is going to shine through. It's a process. It's a tedious process, constantly blending things out that I just laid down. You can see it right here, but it was worth it because in the end, you'll see she looks freaking gorge. After I worked on the shadows a bit, I wanted to focus on highlights, and I went in with a super light blue and repainted the actual swirl so that it would pop a little bit more on top of that blue that I had just blended out over the entire nail. Then repeat the process, babe. It's time to lay back down those shadows. So adding more dark blue, but this time rather than blending and buffing it all out with a sponge, I'm taking the corner of a sponge and just blending out the edges so that that deep dark blue kind of stays there and I don't have to redo it. I mixed together a dark purple and dark blue, so I got this really beautiful, cool purple tone. This was going to be my darkest color, so I was just putting this back into the darkest parts I saw in the reference photo. Once it was all laid down, I went back in with a sponge and buffed out the edges, did top coat and buffed the entire nail, and now I'm going back in and adding more highlights. This is where I think you really get that glazed effect because I'm just repainting in the kind of glaze that would pool on the surface in certain areas, you know? I was just taking a mid-tone shade of blue. It was kind of a greeny blue. It was really pretty, and painting those pools of glaze back on. Super freaking beautiful. Top coat, and now we are onto the shell. This one, ooh, I lost quite a few freaking clips of her, but I actually built up the base of her with putty rather than doing it all out of the acrylic and gel. I just thought it was like too much product to actually cure, so I built it up with putty and then painted on the details with the acrylic and gel mixture. Onto the star nail, I built the stars up, and then I'm taking the same dark jelly shade of polish to outline all the stars. You're gonna see this was a process I repeated quite a few times, you know. I would outline and then blend everything out with a sponge and then repeat the process. Outline again with the dark blue and then blend it out. And I think I did this maybe 2 or 3 times. On that last round, I cured, and then I took this really beautiful jelly green color and sponged it over the entire nail because I wanted the base to be kind of like a jade color similar to the seashell, and this blue is just super freaking blue, bro. So I had to kind of warm her up. Then back to it, you know, we're just gonna start outlining the stars again. After I laid down that kind of greenish base, I started switching between this dark blue jelly color and then a dark green jelly color to outline the stars with. That way it was kind of an in-between, you know, and it was just a super beautiful color. Now I'm going back in with a super light greenish blue to paint on the surface of the stars so that they can pop a little bit more. I was also focusing on the actual surface of the nail and kind of adding some highlights in between the stars just so that it had that kind of glaze effect. I don't know if that made sense, but you know, I just wanted it to not feel flat. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just adding a lot of color, sponging it on, lots of layers. She was just coming together so freaking beautifully, guys. I went in with that same dark blue jelly color and sponged it around the outer edges of the nail, just adding some depth. I also added it to the center of the stars, and then I would buff that out just to look again like glaze pooling in the center. I thought that was a really nice touch and detail, and I also brightened up the edges of the star with a pure white, and then top coat. And now we are onto the final nail, the butterfly. She is stunning and gorgeous. I sponged a dusty rose color over the entire nail, and then it just so happened that I had some jelly colors that were like the perfect shade, and they blended out so beautifully. I was using this pink color right here to mark out any details that I wanted to lay down, and then I would clean off my brush and use the tip of the clean brush to kind of feather and blend out the lines so that they were really seamless and flawless. Okay, I love that technique for blending. It's just so satisfying. I'm doing it again here, painting on where I want it to go and then blending it out with the tip of a clean brush. I just repeated that process over the entire nail, and I did a few layers of that. I went in with a darker shade of purple and just redefined the edges of the butterfly and buffed that out with a sponge. Now that I had all the shadows laid down, you know, it was time to darken this baby up because she was a little too light for my liking. So I went in and sponged on this really dark shade of pink. She was a jelly polish, so you could kind of see the shadows underneath, and I thought that this was like the perfect shade of pink that I was going for. So now I'm going in with a light shade of pink and redefining all of my highlights. Skip ahead, here's how she's looking, top coat, and here is a look at the finished set.
Yeah, that was my Snookie doll. Yeah, that was my Snookie doll. Thank you guys for watching.